So yeah, we're gonna see what your power animal of the day is.
Jeez, I get one?
Sometimes it does more.
How does it pick? Is this like gonna move by itself?
Not necessarily.
I don't trust myself after all the pain I've held. I know myself too well.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ready to go.
Let's do it.
Welcome back. Thanks for listening. Thanks for checking in again. Another week, another pod. That was cool. I like when you guys get to see things natural and raw because it's organic. The podcasts I watch, they do that, and I love that. I appreciate it. I don't like it to feel so Hollywood and set up because this is a vibe. You learn and you laugh. This is the Aircast. And today, here on the Aircast, like every day, we start with the important questions because the people, the fans, the Air Force, the streets, the other hairstylists in the world want to know, what is the importance of having a big sis? And you're the oldest of 4, so you don't have a big sis. So I'd love to hear this perspective from you, being a big sis to 3 sisters.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Love the research. Okay.
So did you ever have I guess like a big sis friend? Like OGs, anything like that?
I have some big sisters in my life, you know, girls that I looked up to when I was in high school, you know.
Sisters from other misters?
Exactly. Like, I had my volleyball big sis, Katie, and that's one of my best friends.
Shout out Katie.
Shout out to Katie, you know. So, but I would say I typically played that big sis role a lot, like, because we always had so many girls at our house, like with my sister's friends and stuff, so like big sis mode was always there.
And so from your 3 other sisters, what's the youngest, like what's the age difference? How old are you from that one?
So from the youngest, it's 8 years, but like, so.
Or like the second oldest.
Okay.
Yeah, second
Let's
oldest,
do it that way. So I'm 29, and then the next one is 27. It's a year and a half, the top 3, and then she's at least 25 or 6.
Okay.
And then the baby's 21, so she has a little gap.
Wow, but all in your 20s now. That's interesting.
Yes,
that's crazy.
all the girls.
Sisters. I love that. Okay, and then everyone from East Lansing in Michigan?
No, we're actually from a town called St. Joe.
Okay.
I went to beauty school in East Lansing.
East Lansing, so that's where that came in. Shout out to Aveda, Douglas J. Aveda.
Douglas J. Aveda.
Yeah, that's sounds like a Chico. I don't know. Douglas J. Aveda.
It sounds like a Chico?
Yeah, like a Spanish person, because Aveda, I think I know Spanish people with that last name, but maybe not.
I like
but
that.
then Douglas, maybe not so much. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it was white people for sure. But
we'll figure it out right here and put it in Wikipedia. But shout out to that school. And East Lansing, and you went, so that you got the college experience from that.
Yes, I did actually, because like that was in the city where Michigan State was. So like my friends were going to Michigan State and I was going to beauty school. So I still got to go to like the same parties and meet the same people and like go to the football games. So I did get that college experience in a year, and that was enough for me. But I really am grateful for that. It was really fun.
For anybody listening that's maybe taking a trip or just going to school now in Michigan State or around that area, or to Douglas J. Aveda, any of these schools, what are like some good spots to eat or hang out at that you would frequent when you were there in that year?
Oh,
any cool
spots in East Lansing?
Yeah, when I did my search, I funny enough, there's a restaurant called Coral Gables, which is a name of a city here. That's so mind-blowing to me.
Crazy.
Do you know about Coral Gables?
I don't know about that, but that is interesting. I wonder if that correlates to someone here.
That's crazy. I might actually have to do the research. I'm gonna have to put it in
You're
post.
You're a good researcher.
Thank you.
Man, I'm bad at this question, but
It's college.
We went to this bar called Rick's, but I'm pretty sure that's like kind of
Rex, like T-Rex or Rick's?
Rick's. There you
Rick's.
go.
Okay, gotcha.
The name, but
so, and then we were having this conversation before the pod, so I like to briefly touch on it because you have a cool clip on your IG about it. Not necessarily cutting out weed altogether, but the habit and the correlation and your relationship with it, because that's really powerful.
Yes.
I told you, got a little personal. That's something I'm honestly feeling like I'm struggling with. Not necessarily that it's holding me back, but I just feel like I want to challenge myself, like in so many ways. I'm doing different challenges every month this year. Or I started like in March, April. But, last month I did no fries, and, I'm continuing. This month I got something else I don't want to spoil. It's mental. But, so eventually I want to try, cutting out weed for a month, just to give myself these challenges. So you recently gave yourself, I guess, a refresh, a reset,
break, yes,
a little break.
Reset, yes, I did. Because I had been smoking since I was like probably like 19, 20.
Wow.
Not till after high school. And then, yeah, like I just felt like I was just relying on it too much. And I kind of felt like I was vibrating higher than when I was on weed sometimes. Like it was just like taking me down. I was like, I didn't even need to smoke. I'm just such in the habit, the ritual of like, I'd like to like roll up my joints, you know?
It's ritualistic. That's
It
the fun
is.
part almost.
It
It's
is.
half of it's just getting it ready and just getting the vibe right.
Getting the vibe right, it is true.
The high only lasts like 20 minutes. So honestly, like
I know,
it comes
right?
and goes. Yeah.
So, and then I learned that like when like if you smoke weed like with more intention, when the smoke like is lit, that is like spirit basically. So if you like intentionally have that mindset while you're smoking and like try to take your manifestations to a higher thing, like you can use it. Obviously it doesn't always need to be on that deep shit. Like obviously you can smoke a joint now here and there too, of course, that's cool, but like just using it a little more intentionally, you know?
To each his own. That's being in the moment, and that's just being very precise and appreciating every moment. You know, I'm starting to try to do that with food. Growing up, I've been chubby my whole life. I've always just loved food, and now I'm realizing I appreciate it more. I eat much less when I just slow down and I savor every bite, and I really just force myself to just just the textures and just let it go down. And yes, sometimes the food's so good. Sometimes you're just starving. Sometimes you just got out the gym and you just want to scarf it all down and get to the next thing. But I'm trying to change my perspective with just little things like that. Like let me just little by little. And it's hard, it's hard.
That's actually really good. That's like so important.
Same
like,
thing you're
taking
doing.
slow time to eat.
Same thing with smoking and appreciating each puff.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying for at least I found it annoying. Nowadays I don't care. To each his own when I burn with people. But when I was younger and I would smoke, I'd pass the people that wouldn't really smoke, and then they'd hit it like socially. But then they're not really smoking. Like they're just like kind of like just
And
for show.
blow it out, and you'd be like, you're wasting.
And I'd be
weed.
like, you don't know how to. Not even wasting, but I'd try to. You know how to get high, right? Like, do you want to get high? And they're like, no, not really. I just want to. They're like, oh, you just want to waste the weed.
Right.
Yeah. But nowadays I don't care. I get it. To each his own. You probably never get to waste weed. You probably never get to just experience it. And low key, I guess you get a little high if you're just tapping it. Maybe.
I feel like it's the tobacco too. Honestly, like that made me like a little addicted more. Not like I feel like that tobacco like it makes you want to keep rolling up than like when it's just rolling straight weed.
Definitely funner than joints and stuff for me personally. Yeah, that's another
backwood
thing.
guy.
Yeah. Song streaming here. Have a whole song about it. Sick in the head.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Previously Rasta Mel, right?
Yes.
No.
Dang. Okay.
Because you say it in episode 1 of her podcast.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, at the end when
that
you
was like my Instagram.
plug yourself.
Yeah, which it still is Rasta Mel, but I just changed it to Mermaid Mel because I just liked the tone, and I'd been wanting to change it for a little bit, but
I just realized Ariel, the hair, that's crazy.
Right?
Yeah. I love it.
Mermaid status. Thank you.
Yeah. Did you ever see Little Mermaid 2?
The one, is it the like cartoon one or the one where?
Oh yeah, cartoons. Yeah, I haven't seen the live action one. I haven't seen it, not
you
yet.
need
No.
to see that one.
I missed it in theaters, and like certain movies, like I want to see in theaters, and like,
True.
and when I miss the window, it's like I have so many movies I haven't seen like that.
True.
But you saw the live action one; it was good.
Yeah, that one was good too.
Good.
That one was good.
But did you ever see the cartoon one with her and her daughter, part 2, the sequel? A
I
lot of people never
didn't.
saw it.
You saw it?
Yeah, I saw it.
It was
a big,
good?
Yeah. I mean, I was a kid when I figured it out. I found out about it like the same week in elementary school that I found out there was a Grease 2. I grew up on Grease, and I also grew up like on the Disney like classics. Little Mermaid was a banger, Like I loved other movies too, but just the fact that there's a Little Mermaid 2, I was like, nobody knows about this. This is like,
dang, I didn't even really know about that.
Yeah.
Slacking.
Yeah, no, it's okay. You definitely got to watch it.
I gotta check it out.
will.
Disney Plus.
They should have it there. Yeah, I haven't checked to see if it's there, but I'm sure. Why wouldn't they have it there? That's awesome. Anyways, go ahead, D. My bad.
Did you guys know about the Grease movie? Was that
The musical?
she really dies at the beginning of the movie at the water, and the whole movie is her dying. As she's dying, the whole movie is
Heaven?
yes, as she's ascending, going out of this world.
Grease too?
That's a crazy conspiracy. No. Grease 2 is about like other people. It's about her cousin. It's a similar story, but I think the girls, Danny Zuko, and the guys, the Sandy, the guys that are.
Okay.
Yeah, and the girls, what were the pink? She's a pink lady, but like she was like social and cool, and the guy was like, you know, like Clark Kent, like Superman without the superpowers.
Like
a nerdy guy, and that was Sandy's cousin.
Okay.
And then she was getting like, you know, turned. I think Michelle Pfeiffer was the lead that turns her out. Turns
yes.
them out. Yeah. But classic. Anyways,
Disney's.
so you visited Naples and Clearwater when you were young?
Oh yeah, like
Before
Sarasota, Clearwater, and Naples. But
How old were you?
Siesta Key. Probably from like in my high school years, so like 14 to 18, maybe 13 to 18. I would travel there.
And then fast forward, how old were you when you first came to Miami, South Florida?
I was like 19. That was the first time. So it was definitely a different experience on the other side.
So can you, as somebody outside looking in, what is the difference? Because I feel like Miami should be a different state. It's Miami and then the rest of Florida.
Like South Florida, yeah. They're not the same. They're not the same. Like,
what were some things that you first noticed that were differences between South Florida and like Naples and all the other spots?
Definitely like a little bit of a younger, more broad vibe. Like it's a little more family oriented, which is honestly I would like it a little bit more now. But where I was at the time, 19, this has way more culture, a lot more diversity. That's what I like a lot. Definitely more open-mindedness, and it is a little more jam-packed down here. That's what I like about Northern Florida, like the space, but like there's not as much, culture and such. But I love all the other parts of Florida, but it's just more spread out. Like, I feel like South Florida has a lot to do in a lot of places and a lot of different, like, types of cuisines.
Yeah, it's definitely a melting pot with a lot of melting pots of food, filled with food. Yeah. And then when you first came out here, you explained the whole story, so I don't want to spoil it for people that are gonna go check it out. But you had different opportunities at different salons, and then the energies weren't right in some of them.
Yes.
I want to ask you about the energies not being right there, and looking back on it, what do you think made the energies not right in those situations? Like, are there specific things that you could pinpoint?
That's a good question. I love it. That first one was, we just weren't on the same page. Like, I was like moving my whole life down here, and he was probably just like trying to act like something could happen but didn't, so I feel like that not happening was just like the foreshadow to like, okay, you're still down here in Florida now, don't give up. And then the second place, I feel like I thought I'm from a small town, so I feel like me going straight to South Beach was too much of a jump, and like I probably thought that I knew more than I did, and like going straight to South Beach, like with maybe just people, like I didn't even know I was nice until I moved down here, because like,
Nice with your talent.
Well, not that, like nice with like my attitude, like, like Michigan manners,
You
Midwest
were mannerful.
vibes. Yeah, so I feel like
That's crazy. Yeah, Miami's terrible for that.
yeah, it was a
tough.
little different. Like, so I feel like I was it was a culture shock when I first got here, but I'm glad that happened to me, because that made me learn so much. But yeah, probably that. We were just like on different things. And like at the time I was like, what? I'm working so hard, but it's just like I wasn't meant to be there. I just wasn't. It wasn't gonna like work out from where I was at, coming from such a small town. So then like working in Broward was like a little better jump.
Completely different. So it's like a different state.
It is, right? Yeah. But that's why like people get so mad about like Broward and Dade, because like it's really different,
Yeah, there's I love this clip. I have no idea what it's from, but it always goes viral, and I always mention it. Where they're like on a panel, and it's just one black guy talking with I think another black girl, and they're going back and forth, and they're like, yeah, but you're from Florida, and he's like, no, I'm not, I'm from Miami, and she's like, which is a city in Florida, and she's like, it's not, it's Miami's a different thing altogether, and she's like, it's really not, and he's like, it is, and
it is though.
He's completely wrong, but he's right, and I saw that, and ever since I saw that, I was like, yes, exactly what he's saying, and I'm kind of petitioning for it to just be a different state altogether, so.
We'll see if it floats away.
That'll be cool. We'll be an
Right,
island.
we'll be the
Even
island,
better.
yeah.
Even better. More
Well,
reason.
I already say we basically are an island. It feels like it.
Hey, island girl. We got a mermaid out here, so.
Yes, he knows.
Anybody else listening, come down. Come down to Miami.
Love it.
That's fire. Okay, and then so transforming people's moods, because you're definitely like, if what's the way to put it? I was gonna say a magician, but magic's damn near not real to some
Magician.
people. Yeah, but it's you change people. You're an alchemist. You actually know about alchemies.
Oh yes, I
Yes.
put that as my caption. That's so true. Once I learned about that, like you can really like, because that was something I did have to learn. Like just like because it isn't just the hair you're taking on, like their pains, their things they're going through, you know. So like if you hold that, like that energy will sit with you. You have to learn how to like alchemize it and transmute it like back to the universe, you know. So that's how I learned to start doing Reiki on myself and getting the energies like off of me.
I don't know what Reiki is. Can you explain
Never heard
it?
of that?
I feel like I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is. It sounds like food. Sounds like a fire like thing you eat with sushi.
It does?
Reiki. Yeah,
Food?
I love some dragon roll, but can I have some Reiki on the
Got some
side?
Reiki on the side?
It's a little
Okay.
bit.
I like that.
It's obviously not.
No, so like, you know, we have our physical bodies, you know, that will feel like sickness, ailments, but then like we have our spiritual bodies too, right? And each chakra represents a different energy or different sickness that your body can produce, right? So sometimes we hold energy in these places, whether it's in our sacral, our heart, our throat, not knowing how to speak our feelings, our sacral, if we've been wounded. Down here, your roots, if you've never been grounded and didn't have a safe home, like depending on which chakra it is or what you've been through, sometimes we're holding on to that energy and we don't realize it because we're not taught it. So Reiki is basically the practice of clearing energies from your body and your spinal system so that your spiritual body can match your physical body. And like most of the time the sickness that is in the physical body is coming from the spiritual body, but we don't learn about it that way, you know. We just learn to cover it up sometimes, but energetically, like anger and different emotions are the root of these diseases that are happening.
Causes
So
heart conditions. Stress is the leading cause for cancer. It's crazy how we're taught it's everything but that, but it's clearly connected, and
Right.
it's clearly one together. So transforming people, I've never heard anybody call your hair your crown. I've never heard nobody put it that way in that term, and it's like my dad just said, it's very scriptural. Is that the
Scriptural, yes.
scriptural? That's
what,
powerful.
What is scriptural? What is it? What do you mean by that?
In the
What-
scriptures,
I could write it and make
your
it
hair
that.
is your crown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And scriptures
Your
are
hair is your
like
glory.
the Bible. Yeah, that's
I
powerful.
said that.
Yeah, I have long hair now, but even when I had short hair, like my head is just mad important, and
Yeah.
like sometimes I'd be stressed, and like my parents just pulling on the small pieces of my hair would take out the stress and the anxiety from me. And when I heard you say that, I was like, wow, that's so powerful. I feel like we're all official heirs and heiresses. We all have crowns that we wear metaphorically.
Yes.
So, but heavy is the head that wears the crown. So I'd love for you to explain about that and the importance of protecting your hair and taking care of it, and how it kind of connects to your spiritual and mental health, because that's a really crazy way to kind of look at it. I thought it was powerful the way you put it.
Wow, thank you so much. I just like started to notice a common ground in this, and like with me like touching people's head, and really the difference from the beginning to the end of like how they were feeling energetically, you know, and then just in the different cultures like relating to hair, whether, you know, it's a Rasta man growing out his locks and knowing not to cut those locks because the knowledge and power and wisdom are in his hair. It's like your 9 ether. It's like your next sense, like because your intuition comes from here, you know, your third eye. So your crown, these are our antennas. So even actually sometimes I do think about like, dang, I am coloring your antennas. Like sometimes I'm like, we shouldn't even color our hair, even though I'm a hair colorist. But
It hurts the hair.
yeah, it does. Like eventually, I probably will get to that point. But for now, we're still doing it, you know. But
It's part of the journey, you
It
know.
is part of the
I look
journey.
at it. You saying that now, it's kind of like we treat our bodies. Like we drink, we do drugs, you know, we eat bad food for us, but then we go to the gym, you know, to live longer and look better. So it's kind of like the price we pay. Like I do that. Like if it wasn't for my bad eating habits and me loving food so much, and you know, yeah, I drink too. It's not necessarily the biggest problem. It's more the food for me. The sweets. I have a huge sweet tooth, but I just love food. Like tooth, you know, I love food a lot. If it wasn't for the food, I work out like a beast. I kill myself in the gym, and
we're still on Earth. You gotta have the balance, like if you do it, you know.
Right, and that's kind of like, you know, people doing different treatments and hair. It's, you know, women do that all the time where they go through things and they're like, I gotta just switch up my hair and it's just a reset.
Yes, and they are, and like
I wish I could do something like that.
It is true.
I gotta do psychedelics, and that's kind of my reset. And sometimes it doesn't work.
Hair never stops growing. The nails and hair, you know, even if you pass away, the hair and nails keep growing.
Your hair and nails keep growing when you pass away?
Yes.
Nah.
And that's why like when
No way.
dogs get their hair cut, yeah, that is crazy. Right?
But you're not even taking biotin. How's your hair gonna grow? I'm kidding.
It's that much living.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. I didn't know your hair and nails continue growing when you're gone. That's not gonna happen to me when I get cremated, but that's wild.
Yeah, you can't get it that way.
Yeah, I don't. How do you want to go? Have you decided that yet?
I do see both. For the longest, I wanted to be cremated because I didn't really want people to go to like some one certain spot and just like cry and mourn on me. Like, you don't have to do that.
That's
I want to be free to
That's my biggest reason.
Earth. Yeah.
My parents, my dad, you know, lost his brother growing up. You know, my mom grew up without her dad, so my whole life since they were young, and now that my grandparents have passed, you know, too, on my dad's side, you know, I see them constantly, you know, struggling, and me too, you know, and now that I have friends that have passed and seeing my grandparents too, like, it's a constant, like, you know, you beat yourself up about it. You're like, I wish, you know, it's making the effort, and it's, I don't want to guilt nobody. I don't want to put that. I don't want to put that on nobody. I don't want to give nobody that punishment or that debt, or that struggle, you know. So you don't have to do that. That's kind of like, I feel like that's like people that go to church, you know, because I have to have a relationship with God. It's like, I don't think you got to go to church for that. Like,
no, of course not.
You feel me?
I do feel you on that. The only other reason I did start to understand like being buried is just like giving your body like to the earth, like giving your body back to the earth, like.
But you're in a casket, no? So it's like.
Well, I wouldn't even want to do it that way. Like if I did, like I would literally
wrong.
just want someone to like bury me and like give my body back to the earth, because like we are here on earth. So that's why I do understand that. And then like some religions, they say if you don't cremate yourself, that like your soul will stay on earth.
Oh, fuck, that's crazy. That gave me anxiety.
No, don't get anxiety. It is whatever you believe.
I mean, whatever. Yeah,
whatever you want.
Yeah.
Right. We got on the whole other subject.
So yeah, I mean, actually, well, we're about to do the halftime, but I do want to ask about this because you know about avatars and what they do with their hair is madness. They have sex with their hair.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah, I felt like you were kind of leaning that direction. Isn't that crazy that they do that? Like they
Yes, so you know what I'm talking about from that movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
they
everything,
connected
though.
their hair.
Yeah.
And that's also how they like connected
With
to
the
like
animals.
that animal that they wanted
It's their
to.
key.
Yeah.
It's their car key, or like, like, we gotta do this.
And to the tree of life.
Wait,
wow.
actually, if they put their hair in the opposite sex to have sex, and that's how that works. What are they doing to the animals? Are they having sex with the animals?
Well, they're not, but it's that bonding. It's that
Kind of,
bonding. They
I
don't
guess.
have that physical. They don't.
Tim avatars
make
are
it happen,
freaks.
but-
Avatars are freaky.
Yeah,
What? Yeah, I wasn't. The first movie was whatever, but the second movie was crazy.
I loved it.
One of my favorite life experiences ever. I took
Me
a bunch
too.
of my loved ones and family members out there, and we were all on shrooms.
Are you serious? That was probably honestly epic.
Yeah, I've said this on the pod before, so I'll say it again. My dad thought it was raining inside the theater. He was like, "Is it raining in here?" It's like one of my favorite.
Okay,
memories of
Pops.
all time. No, but it was a good ass movie, and they were good ass
I
psychedelics.
love that movie.
Yeah, great classic. So
They say the whales are the dragons of this earth. And I feel like that kind of represented that in that movie, when seeing how like a big role those like water animals played to that culture. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And this is the year of the dragon too,
it is the year of the dragon.
because like the ocean.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I
I've
just
never
thought
heard
of that too.
whales as dragons, so that's kind of powerful.
And what is it, Mermaid Mel?
Mermaid Mel's
Mermaid Mel.
the person.
Is that the IG?
That's my IG. Mermaid Mel 444.
Oh, okay.
put it right here. She already has like 3 IGs though. It's the spiritual. You have one for the podcast specifically,
I have it
right?
for the podcast.
And the hair with the
and
salon.
my Hair by Mel.
Yeah, so it's 3 altogether, right? Yeah.
I know.
I'm the hottest in the 3 as well. She got 3. 3's a powerful number. There's 3 Scorpios in the building. Crazy.
That is crazy. What's your dad?
Dad is March 25th, which is I don't know. He's
Are you a Pisces or Aries?
No, he's not Pisces. He's Aries. He's Aries. Yeah, he's Aries. That's what it is. Hey, we're at the halftime, right? We're at 30.
Guys, quick break from the Aircast. Let me tell you about TNA Studios. Me personally, I was a content creator who had no clue where to start, no clue what to do, no clue what to create or how to get going. 2 years into this path with podcasting, content creation, and I can tell you there's a lot you can experiment with and a lot of different paths you can take, but there's a lot of time you can waste. Come on through to TNA Studios. We'll be able to get you going and get you on the path of your content creation journey. We are the home of the one and only Montana Method podcast. We have also helped content creation powerhouses such as the Mostly Peaceful Latinas owning the political podcast space. And we are also the secondary home to none other than Going Public with Ross Mandel. Go ahead and click on the link below, guys. Connect with us online. Come through, say that you came from Official Air and the Aircast. We'll be able to take care of you and give you special promotions, special pricing only given to the Official Air, the Aircast listeners. Thank you for tuning in, guys. TNA Studios, check us out. Click on the link below. Back to the Aircast.
So we are gonna do something so cool and interesting today. First time I've ever had my cards read in my life. The Power Animal Oracle cards or any kind of reading in my life. I've never done psychedelic reading, anything like that, or psychedelic.
You never had it?
Psychic. Yeah, I've never done anything like that. So this is my first step into, I guess, the world. This is similar world as.
Yeah,
okay.
I guess, I mean, a little bit. Each reading in person to its own. That's why, like, people do feel away, probably because you research me and you can feel my energy, like you trust me, so you know, like, the intention. So it's like, that's what you just have to understand is, like, knowing whoever's intention is that you're, like, doing it with, you know, like, it's not for a different purpose, you know?
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I do feel like we all have to just be, I guess you have to be sure of yourself. Like, you know, the cards could say, hey, you're going to die in 7 days, like the movie The Ring. And it's like, I'm not, you know, it's okay. Like, whether it's positive or negative, I don't know. Are there any negative cards?
That's what I was
wanted to
gonna
ask
say
about
is
that.
like, no. Like,
Okay.
the thing is like, this is like a lighter deck. Like, this one, oh, you want me to get it? I think it's, okay.
Just getting it out of the way because you're going to lay the card down on the table, right?
Yeah, but I think it's stuck on this chair. Oh, yeah.
It might be, yeah, if you just get it. And we
There we
got it.
go. So, like, these are like a lighter deck. Like, this was the one I have at the salon that's just like, some other ones will go like more deep in depth, like, you know. And what I always tell people is like, I'm never like doing it to like see your future. I'm just gonna show you that like right where you're at right now is exactly where you have to be. Like, sometimes when you go too much and ask too much into your future, I feel like that's where it can get a little twisted, because like as soon as you even know your future, like it will change.
You don't want it. Yeah.
You can, because like as soon as you know it, it already will change because of you knowing something of that sort, you know? So we just do it with the intention for it to show you that like you're exactly where you need. It's just the message of the day. You can use these cards for yourself if you want to just hear, if you ever just need that little guidance. But basically, I'll do these at the end of a session if I feel called to it, like they're gonna receive it and they want to. If they
It's
feel
cool. The one with Kiara was cool. She was going through personal things and like she wanted to put time into herself and
it matched it.
It matched what you were talking about. It was a full circle moment. Something we do here on the pod too.
Love
cool.
it.
Yeah. So I'm excited. You know. So
Yay!
This is
Okay. Cool.
And I love how you
amazing.
educated the audience a little bit on that.
Yeah, and that's how it started, just like with clients or friends, just like feeling like they wanted a little guidance. So then like we would just like, I would know what's going on with them, and then we would just kind of do a reading and would just give them that reassurance, like that little message of the day, you know, to show you. So no, like, even if you get a card, it won't be in this deck, but like if people like hear about the cards and they say like, oh, they get death, or sometimes there's a devil card, that doesn't mean death or the devil is haunting you. Sometimes like death can be your rebirth. So an old part of you has to die so you can come into this new you. Like The devil
death of
can
a
be-
relationship,
Yeah.
death of a a position, relationship with a company or a person, friendship. It could be a lot of deaths.
What can the devil mean? Good things.
It can mean good things too. Like the darkness isn't always that. Like even 666 is just like something you have to transmute, change, like within. Like learn how to take that darkness and make it the light. That's the only way the light can come, So sometimes that card is like you need to see that so then you can see that you need to like start to navigate it. Like, and when you read what it's actually about, like you don't have to be scared, But also you can only like do something like this is if your intention and heart is open and not like guarded. If you were like scared and like felt like it was bad, like we wouldn't even need to do it because it's like it doesn't even need to be like that. But like since you were open and like you felt like this was the thing, like it's gonna naturally flow because like our energy is like already connected.
Are those your natural eyes?
They are.
Incredible.
Don't make me blush.
Luke, I am your father.
Is that because I'm breathing heavy?
Come to the dark side.
I'm confused. What's going on?
I'm just a joke.
Oh, good one.
Love it.
My dad's a comedian.
He's funny.
He's also Darth Vader. Just hear him sleep. He
love
snores
Darth
just like
Vader.
that. I thought he was snoring right now. I looked up. I was like, did he fall asleep?
And what else here?
Yeah, that's Sage and Palo Santo. Do you know about that?
Yeah, I know Palo Santo and I know San Paulo, the city in Brazil.
Love it. Yeah,
No,
so
but yeah.
usually I'll just like
Palo
cleanse the
Santo was
cards.
common in a Cuban household every weekend.
It was. What
Yeah,
is that? What
Cubans
does that
over,
mean
right?
for y'all?
Clear out the evil spirits.
Yeah, are you familiar with Santeria yet? Have you
Yeah.
heard of Santeria? Yeah, so it's big in Hispanic,
In
Cuban
Spanish,
culture.
Cuban
specifically, yeah.
culture. Some of my, a decent amount of my clients are like
They'll connect with you on that, I'm sure.
connected with that. Like that's why I like to learn about that because like a lot of things
In
in
the hospital, you need to sage yourself
can I-
when you leave.
I'm gonna ask a question because there's three
That's
other
true.
human beings in this building, in this room right now. It's hard to ingest the smell of sage, right? Like, because I feel uncomfortable with it, and then like
you do.
so it's tough. It's a strong aroma, It's kind of like when you light incense. Like you don't want to sit next to the incense and be like, So I kind of feel like that with the sage, and then like I've never voiced this out loud because I'm like, does that mean I'm bad? Does that mean like I'm gonna have like demons inside me? Like what's going on here? yeah. So I don't know. I just kind of wanted to ask that. That's
I
not
mean,
that
I
serious.
never heard that before, but maybe like I haven't really like been around too many men like saging men. It's usually around women, and every woman likes it, So maybe it is the demons.
I mean, I like, yeah, Jesus.
Just playing, just little man boy joking.
Women like
here.
tarot cards and horoscopes too.
Okay, so we got the setup here: power animal
Yes.
oracle cards. Oh,
So
well, that's
we're-
the guide. That's
This
the
is
guide.
the guide. So yeah, we're gonna see what
So-
your power animal of the day is.
Jeez, I get one.
Sometimes it does more.
How does it pick? Is this like gonna
It-
move by itself?
Not necessarily, but like
Does it
we're
tell you
gonna.
like pick up another card?
Basically, I just go with my
Follow the
intuition.
rules.
Okay.
Yeah, each person does it different. I never learned a way. I just
What's
flow with
your
my
ideal
vibe.
way? When everybody does it, what's the way you prefer them to do it? Like, is there like more than one? Like, is there like a
Well,
certain?
yeah, like it usually it will be more than one, especially if you want to go a little more in depth. These ones are cool. The other cards are a little deeper. I wish I could have brought that, but I was already
For the next
driving.
one.
Yeah, the
You'll come
next
back.
one. Okay, yes. So usually I just go off my intuition and what like it tells me, but
What's your intuition telling you now?
well, it won't tell me until we start it. So this is how we started. Okay, so basically, I'm just gonna hold it and you're gonna put your hand down here and we're just gonna like get into that zen. We're just gonna like breathe together and like get into that meditative state. And you just like kind of take yourself up into your conscious, like into that higher level and meet me with our energy right here and just get in that chill state, and just for like 30 seconds. And then we will pick your card.
Let's do it. So
Okay.
I have to have my hand on it?
You can put your hand on it just so you can like transfer some good energy to it. And then we're
Part
gonna
of the
take,
cards.
let's take 4 deep breaths together and then just continue on from that. And then take one big final deep breath. All the good, out with all the bad. And then we will see what the card is for you today. Good job. See, you got you
That was good.
you got in the meditative state. I could feel it. So first we'll just do a little shuffle. There it is.
Oh, jeez. This is scary.
It's not scary, but
No,
like
it's not.
it's okay. It is a little
Ever
scary,
seen
but
Harry
that's
Potter?
Oh yeah, I
So
love
you know
Harry
what's
Potter.
going on right now. Nobody wants to be Slytherin.
Slytherin.
I mean, some people do.
My sisters would try to tell me I'm a Slytherin. They
Well-
don't know. We love Harry Potter.
The Dex told me that. So.
But look at what it is. See, this is even like what we were talking about, like black and white, yin and yang. You think it's the snake, but it's healing. You are a healer.
Wow, that's
You
actually
get the
good.
venom from that's what people
Boom.
Oh wow.
Well, are you scared of snakes?
medicine.
So the thing is, we're brainwashed to be scared of snakes with the Bible, and it's scary. And then I also saw Anaconda, the movie growing up. So like you just think scary, but like snakes are like they're not bad. Like they're just animals. I think
Yeah.
it's wrong and evil to think anything that God created to put on this world is bad. It's a human being.
Yeah.
It's not a human. It's a living, breathing organism. It's an animal. It ain't doing nothing wrong to nobody. So like it's just doing its thing, and killing other animals is part of nature. So it's like
Yeah, you have to.
you got to do that.
I love snakes.
Yeah, they're incredibly interesting, and they're incredibly unique, and like rattlesnakes rattle, like to let you know don't mess with them. Like it's crazy. There's anacondas that are bigger than like this whole entire studio. Like it's
Have
so
you seen that guy
beautiful.
that goes out in the Everglades and is like oink and like gets the
Oh yeah, well,
anacondas?
mad guys. I've seen guys in the
That guy's
Everglades doing that. My friend Julian Yuri, my dog, he does that with alligators and
That's our
snakes all the
homie.
time.
He
Yeah.
jumps in with the gators.
Yeah. No, but he pulls up on the snakes too. All kinds of snakes. He loves it. He's collecting them at this
Really?
moment. He has his whole house. He has like a planetarium. He has a bunch of. He has all
Are they
live
free
caught.
or in the
No, he
cages?
catches really cool, like unique colored ones, and he's got them living like kings now, little lizards or queens. I'm not sure what their sex is, but yeah. So there's a whole.
Yeah, so then
Okay.
there's a little
Fire.
thing, okay?
I love this.
So snake, you are a healer. Is this okay? The healing gifts you possess are not actually yours. They emanate from the divine spirit and are grounded in your body, and it's through your body that the force is focused and expressed. The two areas that are hot spots for you for this concentration of life force are your heart and your hands. Pay attention to these areas and do whatever you must to keep them energetically clear. An effective way to clear your heart and hands is to purge them with bathing in white light, allowing the psychic debris to be rinsed off with the light and drain down your spine and out through the soles of your feet into Mother Earth. Wow, this is interesting. She will be readily and easily to accept these invisible toxic wastes and transform it into new life. This is what we were just talking about like
Full circle
transmuting,
moment.
about
Yeah,
the power.
And then also you going into the ground and being buried without a casket and going back into the earth.
Wow.
And-
It's actually, I had one, okay, I'm going to finish this, and I had one more thing I wanted to
Full
tell you, and
circle
it
moment.
times with this. Don't fear your healing power. It's your destiny to relieve the suffering of others. And as you do so, you transform your own suffering from this and other lifetimes into it with compassion and love, which is the purest expression of life energy you can have. That is healing, no matter what form is. The more open you remain, the more you master the powers of the universe and create miracles. Rebirth, sexuality, transmutations, transformation. Wow. That is
powerful.
That is so powerful.
That was crazy.
And one more thing I was gonna say is too, like, if I ever do these reading on people, sometimes like when I cut a piece of their hair and they just went through something, like afterwards, like just something I've learned on my spiritual journey is like sometimes you mentally let it go, but sometimes you have to like do a physical let go to really like do the Holy Trinity full circle to like let it go within yourself. So if I feel like they need to, we'll like take a piece of their hair and after go out to the earth and like give back their hair to the earth, like as an offering or for whatever they like had just gone through a breakup or a hard something, like giving that pain back to Mother Earth, and then she transmutes it for like bigger. And I feel like that's what I was saying. And I feel like why that relates to you too is because like you have this like really good personality, caring, like you're really sharing a lot of good things to the world, and you can like make people feel special like that, and you're doing it on your thing, you know, and you're like using your voice and probably like just healing like the generations for you, like.
Yeah, generations, my generation, the generations
Yeah.
before me, after me.
Yes.
And this is, yeah, that's it's very therapeutic. And this was really cool. That's very, very, it's funny how at first you see the snake, you get scared. But like I say, we're brainwashed with that, and that ended up being so cool. Like, I don't think there could have been a better card, but.
We're going to do one more just so you can see too. Like sometimes I'll just feel like the way I feel like 2 is good because like that's like, we're going to see. So I'm gonna, you already know which one it is. See?
This one kept moving, so I want to do that.
Okay. Flip it.
Flip it? All right. Oh, wow. My dad's gonna hate this.
Really?
No, it's a Drake reference because he's like, "Oh, you love Drake," and it's an owl.
You love Drake?
Drake, no, Drake's cool. I love all music.
I literally opened
Drake's
up
just,
right to it.
Wow, wow, that's the energies are wild right now.
It's spot on.
Yo, that's crazy. I want me to read it before we do it.
Yeah, read it.
Owl, omens, pay attention to signs. Wow.
Let's see.
Okay.
To find the answer you're seeking, it's extremely important to pay attention to the signs, especially repetitive ones. These are clues you can see and hear and feel around you. Sometimes they're subtle, sometimes very obvious. These messages may come through a conversation, over a newspaper headline, or happening at a glance, a friend calling on the phone, other ways. The key is to be open and auspicious time for guidance in the form of these omens. These are not random occurrences. Although they appear outside of your own skin, they are responding to a call your soul is making. Whether or not you're aware of it, these omens are manifestations of the Spirit's directives, so it's important to keep an open mind and heart to cues that you are receiving. Don't overanalyze them, but just take heed to them. You know what's up with them. Be observing with all your senses, and the wisdom of the natural world and the human-made world will speak to you.
So can you say that last part again? We got
you.
The spirits are calling on FaceTime right now. The spirits are like, wait.
They're like, he can't hear this. I feel like this is like one for you specifically. Don't overanalyze them, but take heed to them. By observing with all your senses, the wisdom of the natural world and even the human-made world will speak to you. Wisdom, shadow, secrecy, magician. What does that mean to you?
Wisdom, shadow, secrecy, magician?
Or just that whole thing?
It means to pay attention, you know. I literally have a bar in a recent song that it was real personal, you know. Like for a long time I've been making good music, like music that I'd like to vibe to, but then I went through like a phase where like, oh, I gotta challenge myself and go back to the bars, and like I don't want to go back to the bars and be braggadocious. I want to go back to the bars and I got personal and I just talked about life and perspective, and I have a line where I go, a wise man learns from others' mistakes, but the wisest men learn to look from others and take notes. And then it's like, yeah, learn from your mistakes, but the real ones learn from others and things that other people are going through, because one day that could be you, you know. And hopefully maybe you don't want it to be you, like in negative situations, or maybe you want it to be you, the people that succeed and are on the path of something similar that you want to chase. Look at what works for them and figure out what works for you. I'm big on that, and it's all about analyzing, not just, you know, for yourself, like the way I'm looking at it right now, selfish, but also with people, with relationships, with friends. Sometimes I'm having a conversation with somebody and I see like they're not necessarily interested in what we're talking about. It might be something I'm passionate about, but my time with them is, you know, minute. It's very short. So let's talk about something you are passionate about. Let's talk about something that you do want to talk about, and let's just vibe. Yeah. Because, you know, I get it. Sometimes I could just go off, but like I love to hear what you want to go off about too. So I see it's more that. It's more, I feel like that's what that meant to me. Like continue paying attention to other people and taking, you know, notes, and it's not just for yourself and your own game, but also just to better the relationship and make other people, you know, feel more comfortable and at home. Mm-hmm. So yeah, just very observant, I guess. It's kind of like the owl. That's crazy.
I like that.
Shout out to Hooters. Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
Good one.
That's awesome. That's very interesting.
Hooters?
A snake and an owl.
I have.
Hooters is nationwide, right? They had it in Michigan.
They must have. Not
you
anywhere by
remember?
me though. Not by me though. They
Maybe
didn't.
not.
I don't think it's nationwide. I think it's Florida.
No, they have it. They have it outside of.
I got some girls who work there. They're baddies.
Well, we're gonna put it right here to
Shout out
figure it
to all
out.
the Hooters groups.
Yes,
I
the
guess.
gorgeous Hooters girls.
Yes. So okay, and I like to have this little segment. I have multiple segments, but we have this one I'm working on called Shoot Your Shot. So if there's anybody you'd like to maybe work on their hair, anybody you'd like to come through do a reading, anybody you'd like to reach out to that you maybe haven't had a chance with, friends, family, maybe somebody you haven't met yet.
Oh my God, me right now? Do it?
Yeah. If there's is there anybody you'd like to reach out to, shoot your shot at, and be like, yo, come through, let's link, let's do a podcast, or just let me style your hair, anything like that.
Oh, dang. The first girl that came to mind was, she used to come to the salon, and she was such a sweet girl. She would know me if I shouted her out, but her name is Katia Henry. Do you know her?
Yeah, of course. Isn't that Tyler Hero's baby mom?
Yeah, it
Oh my God,
is.
yeah. Shout out Katia Henry. We're gonna put it right here, and we're gonna tag her, and she's gonna hear this and watch this. And
She just came to mind for that. I have done her mom's hair
yeah,
before.
Katia, if you're listening, we know you are. That's
Yes,
awesome. That's
beautiful.
great.
She's a beautiful soul. She is a good person.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we also do this this little game segment at the end of every episode. It's called the Big Three, and this is gonna be a fun one because hair. You're a genius. You're a professional with the hair. So I want to do. We're gonna pick the best three, like most iconic hairstyles, hairdos, male and female. So I'm talking afros. I'm talking what's it called when the girls have like the half curls, but then it's like wavy curls, and it's like.
Like the half curls, like the
Balayage?
balayage.
Yeah.
Balayage?
Balayage, right? It's like
Well,
almost like a curly.
balayage is
Well,
not
that's the color.
curl, but that's the color. Good job.
Got it. That's the color. Okay, so I'm thinking of
Wait.
like when they do balayage sometimes, but it's like a curly, but not curly. It's like a wavy curl, so like half curly
Okay.
type of joint
A little
situation.
style.
Yeah, like iconic hairstyles, hairdos.
Okay, so wait, I'm picking top three
We're
iconic
gonna go-
hairstyles.
Well, yeah, it's a draft though, so we go one by one. So if you pick something, I can't pick it.
And it's to you.
Yeah, it's to you. Yeah, it's your preference. It's not whatever. Like, like I've never had an afro, but I think I might pick afro because afro is just so iconic. Anybody walks with an afro is like, wow,
All right,
dreads.
It's obviously amazing. Okay, are you
braids
gonna
at
go
the-
first?
No, guest always goes first.
Me? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the first one came to mind is when they have the braids and the beads, like it's like in the Egyptian, like those braids. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? And it
Wow.
forms that.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite hairstyles. I've seen people do that. Before.
That is iconic. Okay, and then I'm gonna match you that with the afro because the afro is very legendary.
Love that. Love that. Obviously, like the iced out platinum. Like, look, anytime anybody goes like completely platinum,
Like just
or
the-
like Draco Malfoy. You know,
Okay,
Harry
yeah.
Potter.
Do you watch Game of Thrones? Like the
Yeah.
Like
Well, I didn't see it, but I know who you're talking.
okay, yeah. Like there's a bunch of people
Like
all
that
blonde hair.
platinum
Okay.
iced out.
That is pretty iconic
I
too.
did that to Kiki when I shaved her head.
Kiki, oh yeah,
Kiara.
yeah. She's done a bunch of hair colors. You guys said she's done every color in short
did.
hair and long hair. Do you have some pictures I could put here?
My
of
girl.
her with the hair.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna put a couple with different hair colors.
Okay, cool.
So my second one, I'm gonna say bald, just straight up bald, like the Amber Rose, and men are always bald. Like it's legendary. Sometimes you just gotta go bald, and balds help a lot of people with stress and anxiety. People going through or like losing hair, like that's constantly something you hear about. It's like, yeah, I just had to do it. Just went bald. I have friends that are younger than me. I'm 29. I have friends that are younger than me. Like in high school, they were going through it. And it's like, damn, it's tough. So yeah, shout out to the baldies out there, and just shout out to hair, not the lack of hair as well.
Love it.
And what's your third pick?
I got my third pick. Okay, I'll probably say like the locks or the wicks when they grow out their locks or wicks.
Well, it's gotta be one because locks are big locks. Wicks are small wicks, like almost like Kodak do wicks
Yeah,
and stuff.
that's true.
Which would you pick? Because those are both iconic. Those are
All
all
right, I'll go with the locks. I'll go with the locks.
locks. Yeah, that's
I
cool.
do like the wicks now that I'm in Florida, but we'll stick with the locks.
It's the Florida getting to her. yeah.
For real.
Okay, my third. I'm gonna say braids. Picture of me in braids. Oh yeah, braids are
did
gangster.
you
I love
have
braids.
braids?
Yeah, I've only done them 3 times so far. Once was the first time I did it was in Dominican Republic. You know.
Hard to find good braiders.
No, I got one. Shout out Zachy. She's my dog. She's a carrier. She's really cool. She's killed it the last 2 times I've done it. She's done like this design with lightning bolts in it, and then I ended
Really?
up getting
I
a
wanna
puppy
see your
named
hair
Bolt.
braided.
Yeah, it's
You
cool. Yeah,
did?
I'll show you.
You have a
I'll show you
puppy?
pictures. Yeah, I have a little. Yeah, my babies. I'll show you after. It's
Okay, I want to see.
picture of them right here. My wallpapers, both of them. I have a puppy and then my girl, my queen Bella. So my kids, I love them.
Aww.
Yeah, and then we do end every episode with a message. What's a message you like? You've had a great messages this whole hour-long podcast so far, but one message you'd like to leave for the audience and the world out there before we close off? No.
Ooh, okay. My message would be that, you know, we literally are living in a wave. So when you are at the bottom of the wave, just remember that you're gonna go back up again. Just remember, like, you're just at the bottom till you get to the top. And when you're in the top, like, stay in that energy and then know how to balance it when you get back. Like, it really is, like, always going like this. And I feel like we're trying to reach this, like, one form of happiness, but that's not what it is. It's like the sine wave. We're in the journey. So, like, if you learn to just, like, manage those emotions, then you will know that you'll always get through it.
Incredible. Ride the wave, because
Ride the
life has its ups and downs, like any wave, and that's a great way to end it.
Catch a wave and you're sitting on top of the world.
Okay.
Well, if there's any way to end the episode, it's like that. We'll see you next week.
Love it. Thank
music.
you. Wow. That was so
I don't trust
good.
myself after all the pain I've held. I know myself too well, been in and out of hell. No one came to help, didn't have a soul to tell till I broke up out my shell. Then and went and broke that spell.